Um,
Are you
live?
Yes, I think we are live. Yes.
Oh God.
Do you want to record?
It's being live streamed. Got it. Okay, that's so funny. Everything is different. Okay, so we're basically streaming, sorry, somewhere else than we had intended. But hey, what else is possible? That's probably the place we were meant to be. So welcome, Amel, to our talk.
Thank you, Susanna. Happy to see you.
You too. And it's really a pleasure to be with you and to get your perspective on being pragmatic and having, things work out in a different way than other people do. Because this world tends to be pretty dramatic and look at problems rather than possibilities. And I know you have been, doing a lot of creations and a lot of work with being pragmatic. So I just wanted to check with you about your perspective. So basically what we're doing here, I'm having a couple of people I interview with short questions about their perspectives, because people have heard a lot about my videos, but I want to know, hey, what's your knowing here?
Wow, thank you so much for inviting me. And actually, pragmatic psychology had been a kind of like, I had my aha moment with it, because I don't know if you know, but I'm an architect. But I was always telling to myself, if I had another life, I would choose to be a psychologist. But diving in Access and in all the different modalities that I'm practicing, I noticed that, it was too theoretical for me. And there is this aspect of analyzing, etc., etc. And I was like, maybe not. And when I joined your first class, first I got your book. I said, oh my God, that's the mix of the psychology plus the aspect of the tools and the being pragmatic, being efficient, going to what's going to create the most. And it was like, oh, I want this. It's fun. So basically that was my first interaction with pragmatic psychology.
And I love that you mentioned fun, because most people do not go, what do you mean? How do fun and pragmatics go hand in hand? And they do. So can you say a bit more about lightness and fun and what that has to do with being pragmatic?
Lightness is, for me, being in your space, being in your truth, doing what's just means something for you. And adding to that, the pragmatic tools. I mean, being pragmatic is just choosing to create choosing something that's going to create more for you, or more for the future, or more for the people around you, or your client, or whatever. And I have the sense that it's more a lifestyle, when you choose the fun in your life, and when someone just when you acknowledge that fun is a choice, it's totally changing your perception of life or business, creation, everything. And if you choose this every single day, and if you choose to play with the pragmatic tools, it's everything showing in your life would be fun. There is no drama. There is no, oh my God, I have a problem, etc.
I love that. So is there in any way like that being more pragmatic? And for those of you who don't know, like pragmatic means basically doing what works. It's not worrying about, did I get it right? Did I get it wrong? It's like, no, you do what's right for you. You do what works. And so is there in any way that this more pragmatic way of functioning in the world has changed something for you in your, different areas of your life?
Totally. As you said, you are not worried to be wrong. That's the main one. I mean, I have been trying to be the good girl, to be the perfectionist, etc. And this set me free, totally free, because nothing is wrong and everything come for a reason, and everything is changeable, and just relax, be you and relax. And I think that these tools can just save a lot of people and a lot of moms. I'm a mom also, and someone who's just having business and in the same time running a house and just raising kids is like, so stressful if we don't, if you don't choose easy, if we don't choose fun, if you don't choose to be pragmatic and to follow this pragmatic tools and pragmatic life, basically.
So what has changed, because that was actually my next question. Where did you used to function from dramatic, where you now are more pragmatic? And you mentioned your and your job, and
for me, it wasn't really the drama. I'm not the drama queen, not too much sometimes, but it was more about being overstressed because the schedule is not working as it had to work, or something went wrong, or all the basic thing, the daily life things, your kids having fever, or the car breaking not in the perfect timing, etc. And when you just add this fun touch, you live your life as an exploration, as a journey, and it's like, oh, cool, we got this, what's right about this? And so basically that was like having this cool aspect. The second one, I'm an X-Man of magnitude. For people who don't know what means X-Man, is like I'm like very aware, and these tools give me much more ease to trust my knowing. And when someone tell you something and the energy is just saying something else in the back, and it's like, am I crazy, or there is something happening here? And most
am I crazy or am I aware?
Exactly.
Yeah.
So now it's like, okay, just directly going into the question as, okay, what's behind that? And what am I aware of, etc. And this totally, literally changed and shifted my life.
That is so cool. I love that. Also where you said, okay, like the stress with child and job and things occurring, your car, and that, that's like, you people out there, that's an example of, okay, acting as though it's a problem, being dramatic. That's like the normal way of functioning. And people wouldn't even go, I'm being dramatic, but it's because it's so normal. But then, Amel was going, and then she changed it to being pragmatic in a way of, oh, okay, this is occurring. Oh, what an interesting thing, what's right about this? What's possible with this? So she shifted to question, which is definitely a very pragmatic element, rather than going to judgment. There's something wrong, I need to freak out, which is judgment and reaction. You go to, first of all, relax, ask a question, and then act, and that is setting you off to a totally different, relaxed future than what you're supposed to deliver, which is freaking out, because then you're definitely like other people, and you have something to talk about with your friends. So, and that's a really cool example.
And it's funny because the moms, the perfectionist mom doesn't hang out with me anymore since I started using the tools. Like, I'm not fun anymore because I'm not complaining.
You're not fun anymore. You're not fun anymore because you do drama. I love that.
I'm not complaining anymore.
You're not complaining. No fun person. No, but that's so cool, and then, like, who else can I add to my life? Like, what other people have you like found are actually valuable to you and the creation of your life?
Yeah, so many people, and also adding activities, different things who's gonna bring you joy and expansion. It's funny because we get used to try to just reduce and shrink our schedule, but sometimes adding more fun thing into your life definitely create more joy and more fun.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely. So, you know, we're having a pragmatic psychology intro coming up next week on the 15th. I always have to check my own schedule. I don't remember. And it's about getting out of your hole and getting over anxiety, separation, depression, like all the things that people are supposed to be suffering from, and definitely like being in a hole and having your head up there and going, I don't have choice. I don't have choice. Except, you know, the small life that I'm supposed to live so other people can control me. And so we're going to have a class about this, a call about this next week. And I was wondering, what do you get? Well, like, what do you get is possible when more people choose to get out of that hole? Like, what future do you get is available? What would change?
First, I mean, to everyone who think that he is in a hole, stuck somewhere, we are never stuck. We are never in jail. We are never, there is also a lot of things, a lot of people saying that I'm not free, I can't do it, I'm not free. About you are free. Everything is in your mind, and your point of view creates your reality. So what if they just give chance to themselves to just look at their life from a different perspective? And this class and the intro, and I just to give a small detail to the people watching us, Susanna never been, you don't know how to do intros. It's always a kind of classes. You know, so it's like we are always fried after your intros, never intros. So yes,
that's a good point. That's a good point. I'm like, it's called an introduction,
but it's so much more. It's not.
Don't tell anyone. It's more than that.
So yes, it's just giving ourselves the chance to look at what we are struggling with a totally different perspective and new eyes, and with the tools of pragmatic psychology, you will definitely learn how to facilitate yourself. And this is one of my favorite, the most empowering tools on this with pragmatic psychology, because you don't have to ask a facilitator. You will just learn how to ask questions, how to say, okay, stop, what's going on here? And just take maybe 2 step backs and just expand and ask yourself questions. And it's just amazing. So it's going to create a better future for anyone choosing this.
Wow. And thank you for that. And that future aspect that you just mentioned, because that's exactly what I would like to invite the world to. Imagine if people would empower themselves and each other to know that they know. And like you said, you don't have to run to someone to get an answer and go, okay, someone knows better than me. Someone knows better. Who's that? Where's that person? Who can I call? Oh, where's my friend? She doesn't have time. Oh my God. You know, I'm freaking out.
I'm alone.
I'm alone. I can't move my life. I have to wait until I have that telephone call before I can choose. It's like, yes, that's one choice. But what if whatever is required to move your life forward is there, right there, and all you got to do is access is, and it's just about, you know, they're the tools are out there, and I'm really looking forward to way more of that. Amel, you're such a gift. Thank you for you, and also spreading more lightness and possibilities to the world, and also to the part of the world where you are. The courage for you to do that, the courage for you to be different, that is incredible.
And it's so much fun. Thank you to inviting us to choose more of us, to empower through your classes, through your also the tools that you're using. It's just amazing, because the first step is let's say the most challenging, and then it's just so easy.
Definitely. thank you for you, and thanks
Thank
for
you.
choosing to do this with me.
Oh, my pleasure. It was a pleasure. Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you, everyone.
Bye-bye.
Bye.